Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Step back to your corners. Let's go.
So here we go, folks. The main event. Fedor Emelianenko, a legend in his home country of Russia, taking on Brettt Roджерс. This is what he's been waiting for, dreaming about, dating back to when he was changing tires. Fedor, so revered that former Russian president and current Prime Minister Vladimir Putin has attended his fights. Here we go. Saturday night fights on CBS.
Let's get it on.
And we're underway.
Big time fight atmosphere in Chicago. The reaction that Fedor Emelianenko received was thunderous.
Emelianenko and Roджерс showing respect. Roджерс looking uncharacteristically jittery.
He's waiting to punch, and it might be a problem. He needs to punch first.
Wild left hand by Fedor.
That jab of Roджерс landed though.
Roджerс stepping off now. Wants to keep this fight on his feet.
As long as Roджерс punches straight, as long as Roджers punches first, he should meet Fedor at the end of his fist.
Fedor's already bleeding.
That first jab that he threw, it hit him right in the eye, right in the nose area, and cut him.
Look at those feints.
There is again Fedor.
Roджerс scrambling to get up.
The Fedor formula.
And he does. Roджers showing that strength. A lot of blood coming out of the nose of Fedor Emelianenko early on.
A lot of fighters say they're in the best shape of their lives before a fight. When it comes to Brettt Roджerс, I truly believe it. He has never looked physically better.
And look how Fedor's nose is opened up with a jab.
He has tasted the power of Roджers early.
Let go of the fence. Let go of the fence. Get your fingers out of there.
Emelianenko has been cut in fights before and come back to win in spectacular fashion.
And guys, we talked about Roджers having to win this fight ugly and dirty. He has to sap Emelianenko's strength. He's doing the right thing right now.
He's laying on him in the cage. This is what we talked about. There's problems with the cage. Fedor's never been in it. He doesn't know what to do.
Wow, Fedor's nose. It may be cut as well.
It looks like it's broken.
And breathing will now become a problem for the last emperor.
Look at Fedor breathing out of his mouth.
And Brett's knocking his wheels out from underneath him. He's chopping the legs out.
Dirty boxing was worked on by Brettt Roджerс. Now Roджers may have confidence as he steps off again.
You know, they say Fedor has the Tyson effect. Roджers is not intimidated in the least.
Fedor breathing out of his nose. It connects. He throws Roджers down, or tries to. Single leg. Roджers on his back. Fedor climbing up.
This is where he wants to be.
Short punches. Roджерs. They say he's good on his back. He's got great hips. Puts him in half guard.
MMA is considered a game of human chess. Fedor is the Kasparov of combat. And that jab by Roджers has awoken the beast.
Can Brettt Roджers beat Bobby Fischer?
Fedor is relaxing here and riding out this position. He wants Roджers to push some energy into him so he can ride out.
He's got the Kimura. Roджers in trouble. But he pushes right through it.
He's too strong.
Now, be careful. Fedor, very dangerous here. If he can trap an arm, move his hips. Fedor getting pounded.
He's getting hurt here.
Fedor tries. There's the armbar. And he pushes out of it.
And that's how he defeated the likes of Mark Coleman on 2 occasions. Fedor, a heavyweight that moves like a middleweight. Just when you thought he's in trouble.
Roджers is tired.
Roджers on his back. 1:17 to go. 3 5-minute rounds. Blood everywhere. Coming out of the nose and mouth of the great Fedor Emelianenko. Brettt Roджers, if he can survive this first round, it would be a confidence builder trying to set him up for the choke down.
Sideshow position, but Roджers is so strong. He may have lost his explosive movement right here, but he is still a giant.
Going for the arm triangle there for a moment.
42 seconds remaining in the first. Both fighters taking a breather now as Roджерс pulls him into his full guard.
And the blood that you see is the blood of Fedor Emelianenko, an athlete for the ages.
Fedor posted. Look at Brettt Roджерс training his jiu-jitsu.
That's it.
Kicking at the knee to keep some distance. Edging backwards to the gate. Wild right hand misses by Emelianenko.
Roджерс barely blocked that with his forearm.
Brettt Roджerс is going to get out of the first round. He did some positive things, and it may make the great Fedor think about it.
Here's how he got it started and how it all went down. A straight jab beats a looping punch. It crushed the nose of Fedor, and blood started coming out immediately. He was in range and ready to strike. Fedor had a big answer. That was that overhand right and left hook combo. How did Roджerс stay up, especially when Fedor came in to finish him? Body, shucking the arm up. This is where Fedor was so dangerous.
Brettt Roджerс, the first fighter to go into the second round against Fedor since October of 2006. That night, the aforementioned Mark Coleman was armbarred early in round 2.
Roджerс relaxed, steps back. Wild left hook by Emelianenko. Emelianenko, the aggressor since the beginning.
Brett's working that jab and working that range very well.
The chance of Fedor now being drowned out by the chance of USA.
Fedor came in with punches and went right to the hips for the takedown. Roджers is so strong, he just bumped him right off.
In between rounds, Dr. Bruce Hurst told us he believed Fedor's nose is broken. Now Emelianenko, wild punches all being blocked by Roджers.
Roджers is blocking him.
Roджers attacking now. Gets the underhooks on the cage.
Don't hold the fence.
With each and every scintillating second, Roджers continues to earn the respect of the man many believe is the greatest mixed martial artist ever.
6-1 odds favoring Fedor Emelianenko. And Brettt Roджers told us even when he was changing tires, he knew that one day he'd get the chance to expose the world to his talents. He knew he'd get the chance to change the fortunes of his family forever. For this 28-year-old former project kid from the Cabrini Green.
Капучино готов. Просто готов капучино. Просто готов.
Roджers had the right plan. He was working the game.
Просто бах, вот вам и кофе с пенкой.
Fedor literally jumped into that punch and it connected right on the chin of Roджers. Jumped on him and finished him up. This is why he is so dangerous. One punch, the entire fight can change. And that stand-up was all about range and timing. And we said that Roджерs had to punch first. He had to punch first. He waited for a second there. He waited 1 second. Fedor came over the top, clipped him, and it jumped right on him for the finish. Final look at it. This is going to show you where it hits. Right on his chin. Here comes the punch. It's too late. Clean shot. Fedor was literally jumping into the punch.
Emelianenko's 8th win via form of knockout. The last being Andrei Arlovsky.
Power and precision of this man is extraordinary.
Нечего сказать. Дай свои года.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute, 48 seconds in round number 2. A referee in charge, Big John McCarthy, stops the contest due to strikes. He is the winner by way